America's Stonehenge is a prehistoric site in Salem, New Hampshire. The owner says the stone structures here date back 4,000 years. I got a call from his son, Kelsey. He's discovered a solar alignment, an example of archaeoastronomy that he wants me to see. Just like at Stonehenge, someone placed standing stones, large vertical rocks, in a circle. The placement is key. When viewed from the center of the site, each standing stone lines up with the sun on important days of the year. The solstices, the longest and shortest days, the equinoxes, when the sun is on a level plane with the Earth's equator, and the cross-quarter days, which fall midway between them.
This is the summer solstice sunrise stone. So on summer solstice, the sun basically just rises right over there, right over the stone, just kind of comes at a diagonal, and then just kind of tracks across the sky. And then on sunset, it just comes right over to...
Right over here?
Summer solstice sunset stone there.
Kelsey, let's see what you got here.
All right. Well, a few months ago, I was on Google Earth, and I was kind of drawing all the lines out on the alignments, just basically to see where they go. As I was drawing one out on the summer solstice sunrise alignment, I kept taking out further and further, and I noticed someone over Nova Scotia and Newfoundland.
Kind of a northeast direction.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And then as I took it over, I noticed someone right over in England. And I thought that was kind of interesting, so I kept zooming in further and further. And I noticed went through Stonehenge.
What?
It's going all the way over towards Stonehenge. Not only does it go just through Stonehenge, it actually goes right through one of the triathlons at Stonehenge.
Wait a minute. Through one of the triathlons at Stonehenge?
Right.
From America's Stonehenge? Stonehenge is the most well-known megalithic site of all time. It's a sacred site, but no one knows who built it or exactly what it was used for. But maybe whoever built it built this too. That's amazing, but I see this line continues off to the east. Where does that go?
You're never going to believe where that goes.
Let me get this straight. You're talking about, we're starting at America's Stonehenge in New Hampshire,
right.
And this summer solstice line extends to Stonehenge in England.
It actually goes right through one of the triathlons.
That's amazing, but I see this line continues off to the east. Where does that go?
You're never going to believe where that goes.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So it starts going over towards the Mediterranean.
Yeah. You're kidding me.
Yep, it goes right through Beirut.
Are you sure that's right?
I double-checked it.
Beirut, Lebanon? Well, that's the ancient home of the Phoenicians. Okay, you realize what this means. Do you think there's a connection here between the Phoenicians and America's Stonehenge?
I think it's definitely possible.
Well, I tell you what, if you've got a connection here, this rewrites a huge chapter of American history. This isn't kidding around. The Phoenicians were based along the coastline of the Mediterranean in modern-day Lebanon. They were an ancient seafaring culture that emerged around 1200 BC. They were known for trading with distant lands. Maybe they even made it to America. They're also responsible for inventing the alphabet we use today.
We do have one more thing that ties this site into the Phoenicians.
It turns out Kelsey's dad has a stone from the site. It has a carving on it, maybe some kind of ancient message.
Scott, this is the Ball Stone. It was found in 1964.
What does it say?
Well, it says, to Baal, on behalf of the Canaanites, this is dedicated.
The Canaanites, from the land of Canaan.
That's right.
That's what they used to call themselves, but everybody in the region called them the Phoenicians. They got all over the known world at that time, and many people believe that they made it over here to North America.
And there are many examples of possible Phoenician writings all the way from Maine down to Brazil.
Well, I tell you what, if this is indeed a Phoenician inscription, you've really got something important here.
Absolutely.
I mean, together with the alignment that you found, you're talking about an incredible site, an incredible discovery. Before I make any conclusions, I need to make sure this inscription is old and that the lines are man-made, not natural. By using a 3D microscope, I can see how deep the grooves go and if the inscription has been weathering for a long time. What I want to do is I want to focus on this groove right here, which I numbered as number 3. Groove number 3, and that corresponds to this groove right here. This is about 4,000 microns from the highest point down to the deepest point. This one clearly is a man-made groove. It looks like it here. It looks like it here. I can already tell many of these marks that make up the inscription could be centuries old, and there's no doubt they were deliberately made. Because it references the Canaanites, I have to consider the Phoenicians, but I need to know more. Is there anything else here that you might have that possibly could tie this site to the Phoenicians?
Well, there is one more thing. It's actually up on the site. We call it the sacrificial table.
Sacrificial table?
Yes.
Well, I'm not going anywhere until I see that.
And this is the sacrificial table.
This? Do you think there was really human sacrifices here?
And we believe the sacrificial table could have been used for human or animal sacrifice.
That indicates a lot of weathering has gone on here. This is wetting and drying, freezing and thawing, and there's been a lot of loss of material on the surface, which indicates significant age. And I think this could probably be used as a weathering clock. I see significant weathering here that appears to be consistent with the astronomical alignments that we saw, with the structures that are here, which indicate that this is a very old place. I'm glad I came to investigate this site. I don't know what's more interesting, the sacrificial table, the ball stone, or the summer solstice line that connects America's Stonehenge to the one in England. And further east to Beirut, Lebanon, home of the ancient Phoenicians.